When you work with Excel, did you encounter problems like this? For example, you may have a list of dates like this. They appear to be dates, but when you use the drop-down to filter, you notice some of the dates that fall into the years, and some other dates that do not fall into the years. Or sometimes when you type a date over here, say January 1st, 2030, you can populate the sequential dates by placing a cursor at the bottom right corner of that cell. Then you can drag that down. Then that will populate the sequential dates from January 1st to January 2nd, January 3rd in that order. But some other time we have date like this, which looks like a date, January 1st, 2030. If I do the same thing by placing my cursor at the bottom right corner and then drag that down, you notice this time it's not populating the sequential date, rather it's changed the year by 1 year every single cell, but the month and day remain as January 1st. So the reason for those dates problem is because some of those dates are not true dates. That's why they don't behave as a real date does. This is the first video in the Mastering Excel Dates series. You will learn what true dates are within Excel. That's a foundational concept you have to understand before you can use date within Excel properly. Here in column C, I have a list of dates, and those are true dates within Excel. If you want to see what the dates truly are, there are different ways to accomplish this. One way to do that is to use keep shortcut. We can use Control Grip accent key combination to show what the cell contents really are. The grip accent key is at the top left corner of the keyboard. It's above the tab key and left to the number 1 key. Now if I hold on Control, then press the grip accent key, you see all the dates are changed to numbers, because now Excel is showing the cell contents rather than to show you the appearance or the format of the cell. If I go again with Control grip accent, now they change back to number. You can do the same thing by using ribbon command, which is going to Formulas tab. In the Formula Auditing group, click on Show Formula, which is same as Control grip accent. Now, if I click on the Show Formula, you see all the dates turn to number. If I click again the Show Formula, they turn back into dates. Another way to see what they truly are is to change the format from date to general. Now, if I select the entire column C, I go to Home tab, I go to Number group. From the drop down, I'm going to change the format to be general, which means no specific format. So that will show you the true contents in the cell, which are numbers. True dates within Excel are numbers. When Microsoft designed the dates, they have made dates to be numbers. Now, let me change back to date. I go back to Home tab, go to Number group. From the drop-down list, I'm going to choose Short Date. Now you may wonder, which number represents which date? Here, I'm going to copy the 4 number to the side. So select the 4 cells, Ctrl C, go to the side, Ctrl V to paste. Those are number 1, 2, 3, and 47,842. Now I'm going to change the format of the 4 number into date. I go to Home tab, go to Number group. From the drop-down list, I'm going to change that to Short Date. You see, this date of January 1st, 1900 is the original number 1. The January 2nd, 1900 is the number 2. The January 3rd, 1900 is the number 3. And the date of December 25th, 2030 is basically the 47,842nd day since January 1st, 1900. As each 1 day passes, the serial number of the date just increases by 1. So true dates are numbers. If they're not number, they're not true dates. Microsoft designed the dates within Excel are numbers that offers us a huge advantage because they're numbers, so they can be calculated just as numbers. Say I can do a formula equal sign by take that December 25th, 2030 plus 7. So that date plus 7 day, what date do we get? We get January 1st, 2031, which is 7 days after the Christmas day. Now I can do another formula equal sign, take that December 25th, 2030, then plus 365, and enter. That gave me the date of December 25th, 2031, which is the 1 year after on the same month, the same day. Apparently, the year 2031 is not a leap year, so the 1 year has 365 days. In the later videos of this Mastering Excel Dates series, you are going to learn many more function formulas to work with dates, so you can use the dates to automate your periodic reporting. Now you understand what dates truly are, which are numbers. The next important concept you need to know is that dates can be displayed in many different formats, though the true value behind those dates do not change, which are the numbers. So here I have a list of those dates. They're all January 6, 2030. And then I'm going to change those dates to a different format. For the first date over here, I'm going to ribbon to the Home tab in the number group. I will use this drop down to change the format to this non-day format. So now that will appear as Sunday, January 6, 2030. Again, even though now the format or the appearance, the look have changed, but the true value did not change. If I use my Control Grip X and keep shortcut, you see the true value is that number 47,489. Let me do again, Control Grip Accent to show them back as a date. Now for the second date, I will change the format by using the Format Cell dialog box, which I can launch by going to the Home tab, go to Number Group, then click on this tiny arrow, which will launch the Format Cell dialog box, and we will be in the Number tab. We can choose the maintain category since we're working with dates, so I want to use the date category. And here I can choose maybe this, and then OK. You see now the format is year first, then hyphen, the month as 01, hyphen, the day as 06. Now for the third date over here, again, I will use that number group, use that tiny arrow to launch the Format Cell dialog box. In the Number tab, I choose date category. This time I may choose this format, and OK. That shows 6-Jan, so show me only the day and the month, but not showing the year. Now for next date, I will use another way to launch the Format Cell dialog box, which will be using Control 1 keyboard shortcut. So when do the 1, I should be using the 1 from the top left corner of the keyboard, not using 1 from number pad. So now if I do Control 1, that will also launch the Format Cell dialog box. And then I'm going to choose date category. From this list, I can choose the format, maybe this one. You see now this date appear as 6-Jan-2030. Again, I go to next date. I will use Control 1 to launch the Format Cell dialog box. In the date group, I may choose another format. This time I may show only the month and the year, J-30, J for January, 30 for the year 2030. So those are using the format from the pre-built format. But the other format you can use are called customized format. We're not limited by what's given over there in that list. We can create our own customized format. So let me go to this next date over here, Control 1 to launch the Format Cell dialog box. So if this date group may not give us the format we want, we can go to Custom Group. And here we see lots of codes over here. Those are all the codes to show number in different format. And some of those are written to the date. Say if I choose this format over here, MMM-YYYY, and then you see now my format is JAN 2030. Now let me go to next cell, again Control 1 to launch the Format Cell dialog box, go to Custom, and I may choose another format. If we choose this format, D-MMM-YY, and OK, that will show as 6-JAN-30 for the year 2030, January 6. Now let me go to next date. Again, Control 1 to go to Format Cell dialog box, go to Custom. Now even here, this list may not give you all the codes that you want, but you can do your own codes. So in this box over here, I'm going to remove what we have there. I will type my own codes. I can do the codes as maybe D, comma, and M, and D. I want to do some text over here. I will do double quotes. of double quotes space and then y, and then okay. So the format is Sunday, comma, January 6th of 2030. Of is the text I wrote in the code within double quotes. You can do your own customized codes. So how to write the codes? Let's say if I have date January 6, 2030 over here. If I do the code of D, that show you the day in one single digit will be 6. If the two Ds will be the days in two digits, 06. If the 3D, that will show you the day of the week in observation, SUN. If you do 4 Ds, that will show you the day of the week in the full name, being Sunday. If you do 1M, that will show you the month in one single digit, being 1. If you do 2 M's, that will be the month in 2 digits, which will be 01. If you do 3 M's, that will give you the month in the observation, which is JAN. If you do 4 M's, that will give you the month in the full month name, which is JANUARY. If you do YY, that gives you year at 30. If you do 4 Y's, that gives the year in 4 digit, 2030. If you do this format, D, comma, D, space, double quotes of, double quotes, Y, that give you Sunday, comma, 6 January of 2030. So you can customize the dates in any way you want by combining those codes, D, M, or Y, in different format. Now you understand what dates truly are within Excel, and dates can be displayed in many different formats. Some are the pre-built formats, some are your own customized formats, but the formats do not change the true value behind the dates. Now the next important thing for you to know is how to enter dates correctly in the first place. For that, you need to learn two aspects. One is what are those date formats Excel can recognize and interpret correctly. The other is you need to understand the regional setting of your computer operating system, as that's one of the main causes resulting in Excel dates problems. And you will learn all of that in the next video of this Mastering Excel Dates series. If you found this video valuable, please give it a thumb up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.